Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel, and today in this video we are going to discuss about the importance of risk management in option selling. So this week is one of the toughest week for option sellers because when we take a look at the charts, starting from the mid-cap expiry on Monday till Bank Nifty expiry on Wednesday, it has been a very tough time for option sellers. Just during these three periods, there are a lot of traders who have lost over 10 to 15% of their capital. And some of them on Bank Nifty expiry even ended up losing up to around 20 to 30% of the capital. So what we get to learn from this is whatever they have made over 6 months, whatever they have made over years. So it just took one single day or one single volatile move in Bank Nifty to wipe out everything. Option selling is becoming more and more challenging every single day, and it is going to test our patience. It is going to test how well we are going to stick to our risk management system, how well we are going to follow the rules set by us to make sure that whether we can stay in this game for long or not. So today in this video, I'll be discussing about some psychology hacks. I'll be discussing little about risk management, how we can stay in the game for longer period of time without actually falling to such emotional decisions where we end up losing almost around 10 to 15% of our capital on a single day. So first, we'll start looking at the Fin Nifty chart on Tuesday. So when we take a look at Fin Nifty chart, in the first hour itself, we saw a fantastic up move. As we can see, Fin Nifty actually ended up going higher by almost around 100 points. And after that, Fin Nifty consolidated for a while and started to come down. At this point, a lot of traders would be convinced that maybe 20,200 can be the top of the day because market came here, faced resistance and started to come down. It wouldn't come as a surprise if people shorted 20,200 calls. And after the fall, it just took almost around 5 to 6 5-minute candles, that is over a period of 30 to 45 minutes. Fin Nifty went up another 200 points. So here is where a call writer would have easily gotten trapped, who thought that okay, markets might not cross 2200, would have got trapped and would have lost money. So at this point, people would generally tend to go bullish because the resistance is broken and we have got a very strong up move. So whoever went bullish, the market reversed immediately and started to come down. Mid-cap Nifty was surely challenging. But this was the first time where an option seller would have actually started to lose slight bit of confidence because after a bad expiry on mid-cap Nifty day, so followed by a very hard expiry on Fin Nifty, so he would be more conservative for Wednesday. So now let's come to Bank Nifty and take a look at what happened to Bank Nifty on Wednesday. So it was Bank Nifty expiry. We opened with almost around 300 points gap down. Then we can see Bank Nifty broke 45,000 and for the first 30 minutes, Bank Nifty came down. So after that, Bank Nifty started to reverse and it broke the day's high and started to cover the gap. So people who started early before 9:30 might have gotten trapped here itself. So when I change it to 15-minute candle, you will actually get to know how volatile it was to trade on Wednesday. So you can see the first 15-minute candle is a big red candle, followed by we saw a fantastic recovery and a breakout. So here, whoever thought that the market is actually bullish would have gotten their stop loss hit because of this fall. And right over here, whoever thought, okay, the market might come down or consolidate here, then we saw a fantastic up move and again the call sellers would have gotten trapped. At this point, when everybody went bullish, again there was a steep fall and this was the final icing on the cake. Whoever had shorted 45,900, 45,800 puts, thinking that it is going to stay above 46,000, would have got trapped very badly because this option, which was hardly trading at 15-20 rupees, suddenly jumped to 120-150 rupees just in matter of 2 to 3 minutes. And a lot of people ended up losing 1 to 2% just in this single move, right? So you can go across the social media platforms like Twitter and see how many people on Wednesday ended up losing. So this takes a huge toll on the confidence because the day you come back next, you won't have any confidence to short options. Luckily for me, so even though I ended up losing some money during the Fin Nifty day, I lost around 0.7% on Fin Nifty day. On Bank Nifty day, I was not actively trading because on Fin Nifty, since I had lost, I made sure that I kept my positions very low. I just ended up losing around 0.1% on the Bank Nifty expiry. So these 2 days were one of the most challenging expiries in the recent times that I have seen. And after that, Nifty expiry was totally flat. So there was absolutely no move in Nifty, but a lot of option sellers didn't even participate. So now, if you are in this situation where you have lost a lot of money but you are unsure how to come out of it or how to build back your confidence, so I'm going to discuss more about that. So when we come to trading, the most important thing is to stay in the game for long. So what tends to happen is when things are not going in our direction, it is very easy for us to get emotionally involved in the trade. For example, let me tell you a simple thing which happened with me itself. When you have continuous losing streaks, when all the trades you're taking is going against you, it's a natural tendency that you want to start betting big. So why do you want to start betting big? Because you feel that one trade, if it goes right, so when you have bet big and one trade, if it goes right, that trade is going to recover all your losses. And this is why people start betting big when they have continuous series of losses. And this would actually be a much bigger blunder because now you don't have control over your emotions. So this is where instead of increasing your position size, you should make sure that you start to reduce your position size. Whenever you don't have good continuous winning days, whenever you have lost a lot of money over a short period of time, do not try to increase the quantity, rather try to reduce the quantity. This is the first lesson what we have in today's video, that whenever you are in a drawdown, whenever you have series of losses, take a break and reduce the quantity, because that is the time when you actually will hold the trade without getting emotionally involved. So once this is ticked off, now comes the second part. So the second part is to stay in the game and not look to make huge profit as quickly as possible, rather to be in the game. So what do I mean by that? So you can definitely take a look at this. So it takes almost around 3 to 4 months to make something like 10 to 12%. If you're losing it in a single day, it would mean that another 3 to 4 months is required for you to get back that 10%. So whenever you hit your max loss, so make sure that you just cut your positions. It doesn't matter what the position is going to go later on. You have to make sure that you are disciplined enough to stick to the rule. Because if you just end up losing 1%, you can come back the next day. But if you lose 3, 4, 5%, it is going to take an emotional toll. So let me just give you a simple analogy on how exactly it is going to affect you. Let us say you have a total of 10,000 rupees. So you are carrying this 10,000 rupees in your wallet. So 5 2,000 rupee notes, you are carrying this in your wallet. And what I do is, from you, I snatch a 10 rupee note and I run away, right? So you are walking, you have 10,000 rupees with you. I snatch a 10 rupee note and I run away. So it is very likely that you are not going to start chasing me to get back this 10 rupee note, because you overall have 10,000 rupees and I have just taken 10 rupees, and if I run very fast, you feel it is not worth it to go chase and get that 10 rupees back, so you will just let it go as it is. But if I steal the entire 10,000 rupees and start running, it is more likely you will actually start chasing me to get this or recover this back from me. So why would you do it? It's quite natural, because this was the only money you have and I have taken a significant chunk of it and I am running away. So you are not able to digest the loss, so you want to come behind me and snatch it back. So you can see how your behavior is going to change based on how much I am going to take away from you. If it is something insignificant, you are not going to bother so much, rather you are going to let it be. But whenever it starts to become significant enough, you are actually going to start reacting to it. So whether you like it or not, it is a natural human tendency to do it. So this, without even knowing, is going to affect us even during our trade. So what I told with regards to 10% or 12% losing in a single day, one aspect is it is going to take a lot of time to recover. Second, you can see how your behavior towards that loss is going to change. So the second lesson is to make sure that you don't let any amount, or you lose any amount which is going to be a significant portion for you, which would make you change your behavior with the market. So up until now, we have learned two lessons. First, whenever we face a drawdown, do not increase the quantity. Second one, make sure that you do not let yourself be in a situation where you have to react or your behavior towards the market changes. So once these two are done, now I'll come to the third and the final lesson, that is to stay in the game. So what do I mean by that? If you take a look at my performance, this financial year, my performance has been very poor, hardly around 13 to 14%. I will also be attaching the verified P&L down in the description below. So 13 to 14% is not a great performance at all, considering how much risk we have with options. So it is actually a underperformance. But what is more important is to stay in the game. So my equity investments have given me a return of almost around 20%, plus on top of that with another 14% through options has given me totally 34% for this particular financial year. So one thing what we should note is whenever we are trying to 10x our money, let's take a simple example, right? So we just need 25% year on year returns. So we can definitely go higher than that, but to 10x your sum or grow 1000%, you need consistently 25% for 10 years. So now if I actually tend to overtrade, if I tend to take a lot of trades, end up in a profit, end up in a loss, I will not be in a position to take the emotional drain for continuous 10 years. So this is what you have to keep in mind, because let's say there is no point in compounding at 50% for 3-4 years and then be so emotionally drained that you don't want to trade anymore, right? So this has to be a consistent process which you are going to keep doing it for 10 years where you can 10x your money. So you shouldn't never end up in such a situation, because it is more important to stay in the game for longer run than try to make more in the shorter term and then give up finally, right? So make sure whatever trades you're taking, it shouldn't be emotionally draining. So this same thing happened to me maybe during the month of September, October, November, where so nothing was going in my way. So I had a 5% drawdown. So after having a 5% drawdown, I tried to trade actively, try to recover that, but even then, so the recovery was quite slow, things weren't going my way. It started to take a huge toll on my emotions, right? So I wanted to stop trading for a while and maybe sometime come back. Then I realized it is much better to consistently compound rather than try to focus on growing the account at 30-40% in a single year. So just make sure if you're even earning, let's say 12% with your investments on an average and 12% with your options on an average yearly basis, right? So 1% per month with options and 12% on your investment, which is a reasonable expectation what you can have. So you can put on really good mutual funds which are actually compounding 20% plus, right? So if you are able to achieve 25%, the figure of 25% for 10 consistent years, you will be actually able to 10x your capital. Just focus on staying in the game. Make sure that you don't take an emotional toll on yourself where you feel like quitting the game in an early stage. So you have to be here for 5 to 10 years to really experience the effect of compounding. So this is the third lesson, that make sure whatever trades you take, how much ever drawdown you are going through, take simple trades. Don't need to make a lot of money, but you have to be here in the game for a longer run. So these are the 3 important lessons which I wanted to make a video today, because a lot of option sellers ended up losing money this particular week alone. Just to summarize the whole thing, 3 main things we have discussed. Whenever you are in a loss, reduce the position. Do not try to increase the position and recover everything. The second and the most important thing is whenever you are losing money, make sure it is well within your control. So why? Because if you lose more than what you can afford, your behavior towards the market is going to change and you don't want to let that happen. And finally, coming to the last part, make sure that you want to stay in this game for a longer period of time. It shouldn't be taking an emotional toll, right? So where you want to quit in 3 to 4 years. So if you want to stay long, you have to be excited to do this job every single day, not come back tomorrow and feel tired or sad about doing this, right? So that can only be done if you enjoy the process. To enjoy the process, it shouldn't be taking an emotional toll on you. Just start focusing on these 3 and slowly get back into the game in case if you're losing money in this particular financial year, or in case if you have lost a lot of money over this particular month. So I hope this video was useful, motivate you to start refocusing on things and get back into the game. And with this, we also come to the end of this video. I hope this video was insightful. If so, hit the like button, share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.